Ready? Hello QPR fans and Players TV home and away. DJ Ranger here in the house at the Vine pub up near West Brom's ground. I'm going to do a live interview today with a fan from Northern Ireland by the name of Colin Ramsey. Welcome along, Colin. Thank you for your time for doing a quick interview with us. I know you walked down to the ground with us, noticed with your green top and that. Just a few questions really, mate, on supporting QPR. Right.
Perfect.
How long have you supported QPR or followed QPR for?
Gosh, as long as I can remember, truth be told. My first match, my father took me to a match many years ago, and I've always had a sort of penchant for my own players, you know, Northern Irish players. I remember Ian Stewart playing for QPR way back in the day, and playing Southampton. It's always sort of run on from there. Remember back in the day, because Loftus Road was so close to the BBC, they used to always take in a QPR match. It was easy to go, you know, down to Shepherd's Bush around the corner. So, probably since I was about 7 or 8 years old. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's great. Obviously, next question is how far do you travel to get to see QPR play at Loftus Road or an away game?
As far as it takes. You know, many years ago it was difficult. It was expensive. Now with the cheap flights, there's no excuse. You know, I can get over to QPR for 30 quid. So yeah, it's a decent enough run. I haven't driven over yet, but no, I'll fly. That'll be every airport in London, basically.
Okay, that's good. I mean, obviously, still distance enough. It's bad enough for us who live in the country to travel up and down, but we do it because obviously we support the team, love the club and all that. As for regards when you do come to a game, do you have any special pre-match routines? You go to certain pubs, or do you just go have something to eat and go to the game, or what do you do?
As long as the pubs sell beer, I'll go to any pub, basically. You know, it's to me, the beer's an integral part. You know, so yeah, I look forward to getting a couple of beers beforehand. And it's sort of, I guess we try them all around the bush, if truth be told. I'll chop and change. So don't necessarily.
What pub do you find the best to drink in, or are they all the same?
Probably the White Horse. Match day.
Atmosphere wise, or just in general cost, everything?
The whole lot, mate. It's a bit cheaper, it's a bit more rough and ready. You know, we got a lot of pubs now. One of the things I've noticed over the years travelling to QPR is that the area around Shepherd's Bush has changed so much in recent years.
Yeah, it has changed all over. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's got quite expensive. So
like all the old pubs have gone gastro and stuff like that. And whether the fans still going or not, it's, you know, that feeling like buzz before a game and stuff. I mean, ain't the same as what it used to be. You know, but you make that with your fellow mates and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Right, next question is, can you remember your first QPR game?
Yeah, I do. I think I've already touched on it, but I'm racking my brain trying to remember the score. It was QPR v Southampton, and I think Southampton went top of the league that day. I can't remember when it was. Only Ian Stewart was playing for QPR, so it was a lot of years ago. And that was my first one. And, yeah. Okay,
cool. No worries. At least you remember that part of it anyway. Who is or was your past or present favourite player?
There's only one player for me. Again, fellow countryman, Big Alan McDonald.
Yeah, proper legend for the team, I'd say. No, that's a legend. I mean,
legend for his country. But I remember, we were talking about Wembley earlier to some of the guys, and I remember the Northern Ireland qualified for I think it was the '86 World Cup in Mexico. Of course, we played England, and we got a very famous 0-0 draw at Wembley. And Big Alan, as they were interviewing us, who's coming off the pitch, people were saying, you know, that's a fix, you know, we let you get a draw, so you got the Big Alan says, if anybody says that's a fix, tell them they can come and see me.
I do remember that well, that interview well on the telly. But, you know, lots of players get touted with a legendary status. I mean, but I think he was one at QPR that was a legend in QPR's eyes, and obviously Northern Ireland fans' eyes as well, obviously, from playing. And any team, I'm sure he would have shouted with pride and stuff every time he got out on the pitch for us, and for any other team, of course. Next question. What's your most memorable moment being a QPR fan?
Probably the playoff final there a couple of years back. You know, basically getting back up into the big league was a big one. I know we didn't stay there too long. We came back down, but in recent years that'll probably be my best experience. Yeah, I'd say that lows and highs, I think, mate. You know.
Yeah. I think that'd be a big one for most fans. I mean, obviously the younger generation, obviously, but before that, I suppose for the older generation, obviously the 6-7 Cup final. You know, obviously us winning the title, going up in '82, etc. and so forth, but big moments like that, yeah. Okay, next question is, what team do you dislike or hate the most?
You see, I guess
whether you hate, I mean, like whether passion or not, or it's just.
I guess I'm not English, obviously, so I don't get the rivalries. I'm a football fan. I do like football, but I hate Manchester United with an absolute passion, just because they're Manchester United. Everything they do, everything they ever used to do, everything they do now. That fella Mourinho, just can't have them, mate. No, sorry.
Fair enough. Couple more. Obviously, you're here today, obviously, at an away game. As obviously living in Northern Ireland, how many games do you get to come across?
Games, last year, I got to Sunderland last year, and that was a sort of strange one. I just picked out of a hat, but had a great time up there. Met a load of guys, great time actually with a load of local Sunderland guys too. But I always find the atmosphere of the away games is better. You're meeting the real fans, you're meeting the guys who it really means a lot too.
Yeah, I mean, alright, the home fan, you go to pubs and stuff around home games, but I think the away games, I'd say maybe they're the real fans who go.
Hardcore, yeah.
The hardcore fans who go. I'm not just saying that the home fans ain't no better or no worse or whatever. Just obviously, it's a lot of money to do your away games and stuff, as you know yourself. Especially for you guys coming from abroad, non-English or whatever.
Well, the sensible person would have flown to Birmingham, but I flew into London and got the train up, But sure.
Anyway, what's the best away ground you've ever been to, past or
present? In England, I'd have to probably say Goodison Park, just because it's a real old school ground. It's got a great atmosphere, and we were just talking, a lot of stadiums nowadays are like soulless, they're out in industrial parks, they're bowls, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. They have changed a lot. I mean, obviously they do it for business purposes, I suppose, and everything else, but they've lost a lot of it. It takes a soul out of the club, and I think it's very apt at the minute. We're talking about moving away from Loftus Road, obviously primarily for financial reasons, but ground gets attached. It's been there for 100 years, whatever. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, we all, as much as the ground is small, it looks derelict in some parts, to be honest with you. But it's our ground. It's our ground. I mean, for financially, as you said, yeah, we do have to move because otherwise we can't compete. We can't do much else. Yeah, we don't get the crowd. And that's the question as well. It's we can't fill Loftus Road generally as a rule now. So going to a bigger ground is going to make it worse. But obviously, from the owner's point of view, as you know, and most QPR fans know, it's financial reasons.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things I read, certainly one of the things nowadays, it's about being able to use your football stadium 7 days a week for other things, and I think our major problem with Loftus, we've got no car parking,
Prime example was like when we had the Barry Wigan fight. Now, in future in years and that, who knows, we might hold more fights, depending on where we're situated, depending on where we're based and stuff.
It's funny you bring that up, actually, I was reading in Metro yesterday, the wee free paper, about Colin Murray was doing a nice article about McGuigan fight at Loftus Road, and just on the back of the fact Carl Frampton's fighting tonight at Windsor Park in front of 25,000 people. But yeah, you're right. That said, I mean, we're holding the Saudi Cup final tomorrow, and I was down in the ticket office yesterday. It's almost sold out.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen on the website ticket prices and stuff. I mean, obviously, if it's generating money for the club, then great. I mean, that could be a future thing for us, as we don't have the fan base to be.
Sure.
But one last question for yourself, mate, and that is, can you sum up overall why you support QPR?
I don't know. It's the answer. I came over to London as a tourist many years ago. I went to my first ground, if you like, and it just stuck with me, buddy. It made an impression, and I like it a wee bit different. As I say, a lot of guys at home support the Man Uniteds, the Liverpools, etc. It's all, the glory hunters. But for me,
I think that's, in my eyes, living in England, and many other people, I suppose, like people who live in Northern Ireland or Southern Ireland, I mean, you tend to find they maybe support teams that go with a lot of Irish players in certain teams, the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United. It might have changed a bit nowadays, because obviously other clubs have got players from them countries in them, kind of thing. But it's good to see that, spreading the word. Little old QPR,
QPR's always had a big Irish following, from what I can see. I don't know if it's because Kilburn's up the road or whatever. Alan McDonald, so to say. And as I say, there's always been that. Now, obviously, we've got Paul Smith over, but Paul, I've followed Paul's career right through at Linfield with my team back in Belfast, and now he's in and around the squad. It's just an added impetus for me to come over and have a watch,
Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Colin, for your time, mate, and hopefully we'll get the win today for travelling over.
Fingers crossed.
That was Colin Ramsey, our Northern Ireland overseas fan, coming to the game today, West Brom away. That's it. Watch out for more interviews, live exclusive ones with fans alike, and hopefully some more players this season. I'm DJ Ranger. I'm out of here. Come on, you Oz.